Hey all you Minties, this is the Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition, and join me today as I do an overview of the Batman by Grant Morrison Omnibus Volume 3. So, please stay tuned. So, depending on where you shop, you may or may not have this already. I think some places have it available even next week. So, let's get started. Here it is, all three of them. There you have all three of the covers. You know, I wasn't a big fan of this one when I saw it solicited, but it's kind of grown on me. I really like the cover of Volume 3. But this, they put some damn thought into this. I'm a huge fan of the... It's ridiculous, right? I'm a fan of the spine design for these three books, but they look really good together on the shelf, and now they're all complete, all three volumes. Here's the back of all three. So let's take a closer look at this without the dust jacket. By the way, this is included in my Batman reading order part 4. Thought I was going to put it in part 3, but I think it fits better in part 4. There's what it looks like. Let's get this open. So 7 years of writing Batman comes to an end with this particular volume. The third volume of Grant Morrison's Batman's run. Now, I know it's one of those runs that a lot of people really enjoy. Some people are like, yeah, it's overrated. But me, I was a big fan of this run. This is probably my top 5 favorite Batman runs of all time. Kicking it off is this one-shot right here. This is Batman The Return, and it's drawn by David Finch. Grant Morrison is the writer. So what else does this omnibus collect? It collects Batman Incorporated 1 through 8. That's the original series before we got a revamp because of Flashpoint. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in my comprehensive Batman reading order. Then we have the second series, Batman Incorporated 0 through 13. The Leviathan Strikes one-shot, and then the Batman Incorporated special. Look at this. He's with his Bat family. Why are there 2 Batman? Well, I may talk about that in the Batman reading order if you haven't seen those. So, yeah, let's look a little more through here and talk about this book. He spent 7 years doing this title. It's crazy. That's a long time for one writer. Like, you never really see writers stick around that long, you know. I talk about that on my show a lot, how a writer used to stick around for 5 years. So I'm glad that for Morrison it was 7. It was one of those titles that he thought he was just going to write 24 issues, but he ended up overstaying what he thought was overstaying his welcome. So Batman Incorporated, why is it an incorporation? Like, what's going on? Well, towards the end of Morrison's second act, something happens, right? Like where Bruce Wayne is back, and instead of just being solo, he wants to keep growing the Bat family. Like, he wants to keep it going bigger and bigger and making it worldwide. So that's what he does. So there's a lot of like different Bat members from different countries in this, and all kinds of different stories in here. There's some heartbreaking ones, and one in particular that I cannot talk about. It's a big spoiler, but it really rips your heart out. Here's one by the late Scott Clark. I had forgotten about this digital one. This one is the one that features Oracle and her avatar. I love that he gave all his Bat family like a new costume. Oh, it's a wonderful book. And I'm sure you've noticed the art already, besides David Finch and Scott Clark here. The 2 biggest contributors are Yannick Paquette, back here, and Chris Burnham, who has a very awesome style that I don't know, this is me, but I think is better than Frank Quietly. I know people love Frank Quietly, but I think Burnham's artwork just, for some reason, surpasses it. Here we have, oh, this is the Stephanie Brown issue. This is such a good issue. I think the artwork on this one is Cameron Stewart, if I'm not mistaken. So you have all kinds of artists. There's focusing on the different aspects of the different Bat family. Some that have appeared before. Some of them are random characters that Grant Morrison was a fan of in the Silver Age. He just randomly grabbed characters. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to say randomly. This is Grant Morrison we're talking about. He purposely sought after some of these characters, doing a bunch of research, because that's what Grant Morrison does. Oh, Fraser Irving. I forgot about this one. And you have, yeah, I forgot about those 2 characters too. I think going back and doing the Batman reading order has made me go back and read some of the high points. And now I'm getting to this part right here. So it's going to be fun to reread some of these. I love the different designs for Batman. The Return of Matches Malone. Right. Who doesn't love that guy? So I can't flip too much through here because there's some brutal things that happen here towards the end. But here's what the artwork looks like. Oh, and this is a throwback to a Batwoman issue. So you have like the original Batwoman fighting the new Batwoman that was introduced in the 52 miniseries or maxi series because there's 52 issues. Let's look back here at the extras in the back. Before we get to all the goodies in the back, the extras in the back, there is little one-shots back here, like part of the Batman Inc. extras that were collected as backup stories. And there's one about Batcow, this one here. I think this one's written by Dan Didio. Yeah, just read this one. That one was awesome. So I have to make sure I censored this image, and then over here is the goodbye letter from Grant Morrison, talking about the amount of fun he had writing the book and how it all kind of began. Like, yeah, he was supposed to only write the first 20-something issues, but that kind of grew into something bigger because he just kind of fell in love with the idea of writing this character, Bruce. And then he fell in love with writing the character of Dick Grayson and Damian, so he stuck around. These are the redesigns here for the costume when he came back after Bruce Wayne The Return. Yeah, so now you have Batman The Return. And then over here this is really cool. This is where all the characters that appeared throughout the pages of Batman Inc. appear originally in issues of Detective Comics or Batman or some random Silver Age comic book. Yeah, there's the original Batwoman. This is a guy, Aldrin Stoja, who was the winner of the charity auction for the Comic Book Alliance. So he decided to be drawn as somebody that Batman saves. And there's Batwing right there. And other characters, and Black Bat. I'll let you find out who that is. There's the Oracle avatar I was talking about. And then, of course, where the villains originated from and what he did to tweak them up or modernize them. Then we get the J.H. Williams. I love this stuff back here because you all know how much he's one of my top favorite artists. The little rough drafts and the sketches of J.H. Williams. Chris Burnham doing his own stuff. I think if I want to say this is like thumbnail art, yeah, by Grant Morrison, kind of telling the artist exactly what he wants. I love when a writer, Bendis also does the same thing, is when a writer kind of tells the artist, like, okay, this is what I want, lay it out like this. So here you have the Grant Morrison layout of the cover, and then the Chris Burnham layout of the cover. Had to skip a couple pages because it showed some spoilers, so redesigns, and then I think there were rumors that he was going to continue the series, but sadly they were just rumors, and then second series what might have been. So now let's take a look at this binding here. So it is sewn binding. There's that eye, very much like the build of volumes 1 and 2. This volume has 688 pages. And you can purchase any of these omnis from our sponsor,
cheapgraphicnovels.com, your online home for brand new graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off the cover price. Cheap Graphic Novels prides itself on packaging your books so they arrive safely and in excellent condition, as well as prompt and helpful service. And check out their bargain bin for even greater deals up to 90% off cover price. And for you Minties, Cheap Graphic Novels is running a special promotion. If you're a first-time customer, let them know you were referred by Near Mint Condition at the checkout, and you'll receive a credit for free shipping on your next order. Now, this is only for U.S. customers. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discounts, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more.
And that was the page count of the book, the build of the book, and the contents. Let me know in the comments down below if you're picking these up. If you have the trade paperbacks and you've already read them, if you have the absolutes, I'd love to know those comments down below. And be on the lookout for the Batman Comprehensive Reading Order Part 3 coming out soon. Please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. We can be found on Redbubble and Patreon. Great ways to support the channel if you can do so. And thank you to our existing patrons. More importantly, please everybody stay healthy, stay safe, and much love to all of you.